Wonderful Wednesday. It is June 13th, 2018, and this video is just to discuss the journey to actually get on the kidney transplant list, just from my first steps to where I am now and what's to come. I was diagnosed last April with end-stage kidney disease, and the only two options they gave me were dialysis and eventually a kidney transplant. So, with that being in mind, I had to undergo 2 days of kidney evaluation, and that consisted of speaking with the actual kidney doctors who would perform the transplant, a social worker to help me understand the emotional aspect of having to have such a surgery, a financial coordinator, because this is an expensive procedure. The insurance will cover not only what you need, but the donor's actual surgery itself, depending on the type of insurance you had. So the first day of evaluation was 6.5 hours long. Just again, series of exams, not only a physical exam, but they also want to make sure that you are mentally and emotionally strong and healthy to undergo all that's to come with actually getting a kidney transplant. A lot of labs are done. Of course, they're going to test everything to make sure that you are healthy. And I know for myself, the biggest surprise was not only did they physically test my kidneys, but I had to go to the dentist to make sure that my teeth and gums were healthy. Had to go to the eye doctor to make sure there was no complications there. And of course, a woman's doctor, right? Had to go to the lady doctor and to make sure all was well with that. And then I had to get some forms from those individual doctors for them to send to the transplant team to make sure they had that to say, okay, she's healthy to move on to the next step. I had a chest x-ray to make sure that my heart was strong enough to handle this procedure. I've had an MRI and an MRA. And prior to kidney disease, I only was familiar with an MRI, right? But with the MRA, they actually looked at my arteries and things like that. And yeah, in this process, you are hearing about things that you normally just wouldn't hear about. Like, again, like I said, I didn't know what an MRA was. And those who are close to me was also unfamiliar with what an MRA was. So it was a learning experience for all of us. The MRI and the MRA are done together in the same machine, but they're checking for different things, right? One looks at the image of the body and the other one looks at my actual arteries and veins. And the process was maybe 45 minutes to an hour. If you're in the state of Georgia like I am and you're going to have this done at Emory, please note that they only had a closed machine, a closed MRI machine. And I knew up front that claustrophobia was real for me. So I had to have sedation in order to get this done. And even though I was alert, I still felt comfortable enough to actually allow them to put me in this machine, knowing that it was closed and I was able to get through it. And when you're in there, the reason why they cannot put you to sleep, you have to hold your breath. So just want to give that as a heads up for anybody who's on this journey. If you are claustrophobic, make sure you speak with your doctors in advance about getting a sedative to make sure that you can get this done, because it is a vital step to be able to go on to the next step. Constant labs, right? They want to just make sure that your body is still well. And please know that as long as the process takes, if your year lapsed from when you went to the primary care physician, the dentist, or the eye doctor, you will have to repeat those same exams again to make sure that you're current and compliant to whatever the requests are. Day 2 of the evaluation was, again, more so speaking with the actual surgeons. They just want to get to know you as a person. I felt very comfortable with them. They gave me my options. They were really pleased that even though when people talk about kidney disease, it seems so final. And I refuse to accept that. I believe that there's more life ahead. And they were more pleased with the fact that my spirit was optimistic and positive. And they were like, that goes a long way. So I want to encourage my fellow warriors, don't accept defeat in this, right? Keep moving, keep pushing, and keep living. And so what happens next, right? I had my MRI, MRA about a month and a month and a half, between a month and a month and a half ago. And now I'm waiting. I know a stress test is needed. And then I believe after these series of tests are done, the people that are going to be potential donors who have decided to get tested, then they can proceed with whatever exams they have for them. But so I'm looking to do the stress test and what other tests they have for me to do, but they haven't said what's next after the stress test. But I just wanted to, just provide that quick update, right? Because I speak about dialysis, I speak about CKD, but I just wanted to provide an update of, my journey to get on the transplant list and to actually get a kidney transplant. Now the wait time for the list can be anywhere from 5 to 10 years, right? That's without a living donor, but my desire is to get a living donor to actually be a blessing to myself and to others. So, yes, so with my own donor, it puts me at the top of the list because I'm bringing my own kidney. So now, tomorrow I contact Emory to see where do we go from here, and praying and believing that I'm one step closer to my miracle. So thank you all for your love, your support, your continued prayers, and just being some wonderful, wonderful, wonderful support system. And just thank you for sharing my story. And I will continue to kick some butt and be a blessing to other people because, again, that's the whole point of sharing this video. God bless you.